everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Super excited. Today we're newer company and Raihana's Cuisines is bringing you recipe number 3, and that is going to be a fettuccine pizza bake. This is super delicious because my kids absolutely love it. I've made it for the mosque as well for over 200 people, and all I had was great raves about it. So I thought this was gonna be a great video to do. It's such a nice comfort food. It's homemade, it's easy. So let's do it. So I'm gonna give you all the ingredients. I'm gonna show you all the ingredients. But before that, I kind of want to get started on the pasta that we're gonna be using to get that boiling, so that then we can do the ground beef and all that sort. So a little bit about the Knorr company. We have the chicken stock here and we have the beef stock. Today we're going to be using the beef bouillon, and you want to check for the halal sign on the boxes like this over here. Okay, see that stamp? That's certified halal. And so if the sign's on there, that means that you can use it. It's good to go. So let me go ahead and first tell you all the ingredients. I've got some 4 cups of water here in a pot, and I'm just going to go ahead and add just a little bit of oil in there just to prevent it from sticking. And then I also am going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt, and just to make sure that we have this. And I'm gonna put very little salt because I am going to be using 1 bouillon cube in here, because I want to flavor my pasta. So we're gonna throw in 1 of the beef bouillon stocks in there, and this is going to be super delicious because this is really good. It will kind of give it a really good flavor to the pasta. Okay, so in here we're going to be using about 1 pound of fettuccine pasta. You can see here that the pastas are pretty thick here. It's not the same as spaghetti pasta. I love using that in this bake. You can go ahead and use a spaghetti if you like. You can use wheat spaghetti, whatever you like, but I am going with the best recipe that I've used in the house and which has been very successful. So I'm going to go with the fettuccine noodles. So I'm going to be doing about 1 pound to about a pound, I would say, for the fettuccine noodles. Now when you can either put them whole into the pot like that, or you could simply break them in half. That way it's easier to eat. Next, we're also going to be using 1.5 pounds of ground beef. This is fresh ground beef. We're going to be using 1 small onion that I have chopped up in pretty tiny pieces, 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic. I have here 1 tablespoon of lemon pepper, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of red chili peppers that we use on pizza. Now, if you want to increase the spice level of this, go ahead and use a tablespoon or even more. I don't eat too spicy, so I'm gonna stick with the less. I have here 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of cumin and coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Now you can use fresh. I don't have any in the house today, so I'm going to go with the dry. I'm also going to be adding 1 bouillon stock into our ground beef to season that as well. So we're going to not put too much salt in it because we don't want the dish to become too salty. I have here 2.5 cups of shredded cheese. This is a mix of cheddar and mozzarella. And then I have two containers here of pizza sauce. You can use any type of pizza sauce, but I highly recommend using pizza sauce and not pasta sauce, because pasta sauce is too runny. So you want to stick with the pizza sauce. And I will make sure the how much it is. I've taken the labels off, but under the description you will see the full recipe. I will include that in the recipe, how many ounces this bottle was. And all my recipes, if you're looking for the recipe and the method, just go down in the description box below and you'll find the whole recipe. I also have here some white sauce or bechamel sauce, and I put a little bit of cheese in there. I have a video of how to make the bechamel sauce or the white sauce. I will put a link up here on the top of the screen, and you can refer to that when you want to check out this video. It's a very simple video of how to make smooth, very no lump free white sauce. So while our pasta is going on, we're gonna go ahead and start assembling my pan. Here in goes the ground beef. Now the way I do this ground beef is I'm not gonna add any spices or anything into this right now. I want it to completely dry off. So if there's any blood or anything in there, I've washed it, but yet sometimes if you keep it, you'll see more of the red mixture coming out. So that is why I like to completely dry the mixture off before I add all the ginger, garlic, and the spices. So see here that I have this going, and look at the water that has been coming out from it. And you want to keep on stirring it and kind of breaking off the lumps, because you want this to be really nice and lump free, kind of and you know what, before, if you it's something that I want to let you know, it's a tip, that sometimes if you kind of think, okay, you know what, the lumps are just not going away, what do? Put all your spices in except for the onions and everything. Then once it cools down, put it in the food processor for just like 3 seconds or 4 seconds. And I'm telling you, you will see the consistency of your ground beef. It's gonna be amazing. So we're still gonna wait a little bit just until this water completely disappears, and then we're gonna start putting in our bouillon, and then our beef bouillon, and then our ground beef is getting nice and dry. What I'm going to do is I have a tablespoon of water here. In that tablespoon, I'm going to add the bouillon in here, and then we're going to dissolve it in water so it doesn't leave any chunks inside the ground beef. So we're just gonna break it down just like so. Now you can see that our ground beef is really nice and dry. At this point, I am going to start adding all our stuff in here now. Bouillon, chicken stock, beef, ginger and garlic or lasan and ado, badam masala or all the spices, onions or dungri, so what you want to do is we've added everything, we added the onions. Now we just want to cook this until the onions become completely translucent, and when you eat it, you know, you shouldn't hear the crunch of the onions. So I'm just gonna cook it down just a little bit until our onions are soft and translucent. I'm gonna quickly rinse it in cold water, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some oil in it to prevent it from sticking. So now it's gonna be the fun. We're just gonna start layering. I have a 9x13 pan here. It's a glass pan because it's gonna go in the oven. We're gonna stick it in the oven 350 degrees for about 15 minutes or 18 minutes, or until the cheese has melted really well. I just added some oil in our noodles. This is gonna prevent it all from sticking. And now we're ready to layer. Just wanted to confirm that these are 14-ounce jars, and I don't know if we're gonna need both of them or not, but we'll see. Fettuccine pasta. pizza sauce. Ground beef or chundo. Cheese. Fettuccine noodles. Sauce. Ground beef or chundo. This when we've layered everything, and if in the middle, if you wanted to go ahead and add everything that goes on a pizza, like mushrooms, jalapenos, what else goes, bell peppers, whatever you want to, you can add that to this. I've decided not to add on today, but the next thing now, what we're going to do is start layering our bechamel sauce on it, just like so, and just be gentle with it, and just start with one layer, and then we're gonna, one row, and then we're gonna do another row, so you have a row, so you have a nice finished product in the end. And then finally on top of this, we're gonna still add a little bit more cheese. Right, so you can see here that I'm trying to get all this in one pan here, and just layering it really well, just like so. And also I would like to mention that if you guys make anything, it doesn't have to be from Raihana's Cuisines, but you make anything, go to the page Fine Foods Friday. I will put a link on the bottom of the page. They're actually doing some really amazing giveaways right now. So if you post a picture of whatever you made at home, they're giving out some really great gifts. So make sure you go to Fine Foods Fridays and like their page, and also post some recipes on there. Now the end, we're just gonna add the cheese on it, and then if you also want, you can top it out with some more of those pizza peppers, the red flakes, that if you want. So basically we're done with this. I am going to stick this in the oven. When we come back, this dish is going to be ready. I'm going to be plating this to show you what the inside looks like, and I'll also be doing a taste test. Our pizza bake is ready. Fettuccine pizza bake, and we're gonna get it out of the oven now. So now let's get this on the plate. So now we do the taste test, and I've been kind of picking on it, and will cut into it, and this, it's not going to be like a pie. It is going to spread, but I got some fettuccine in there. I've got some of the white sauce, the cheese. Okay. I should have known that that's going to be super hot. I mean, I like my food really, really hot, but this was really, really, really hot. But it is super delicious. Those pepper flakes that I sprinkled a little bit on top, they're coming through, so that it's kind of hitting you with that spice, and the Knorr beef stock that we put in our while we were boiling the fettuccine and when we made our ground beef has really enhanced all the flavors. So when you're using the beef stocks, you know, just be careful, don't use any more salt, because it does have salt in it and it's supposed to like season your whole dish. So but this is absolutely perfect with, you know, we haven't had any added, even in the beginning of the video I added just a pinch of salt in the fettuccine. You don't even have to do that. The stock will take care of it. So I would really, really like to take the time to thank Knorr for making these videos possible for you all. I honestly have not used Knorr as much as I should. It's an absolutely wonderful product. So make this, and if you are gonna make this, please hashtag it Raihana's Cuisines. I'm available on Twitter, Facebook. I have a page on Facebook, Instagram, and I also post the recipes on Pinterest. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. Don't forget, if you're going out shopping, don't forget to pick up the Knorr beef stock and the Knorr chicken stock.